Welcome back and thank you for standing by. You are still listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is 𝗪𝗵𝗲. Earlier, we had trends in the papers where we looked through our dailies and we provided you with information as put together by the different editors of the newspapers. Now we want to streamline our conversations on radio. On Mainland Focus, just like the name depicts, we pick a couple stories from earlier reviewed stories and shed more light on those stories. We want to have deeper conversations about them, and in addition to that, to give you, the audience, an opportunity to also contribute to the selected stories. 𝗪𝗵𝗲 is my name once again. You are listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, and this segment of the show is called Mainland Focus. Of course, 𝗬𝗏 will be joining us as we dive into the conversations that we have selected this morning for Mainland Focus. For Mainland Focus today, we're going to pick two stories that were reported by the Punch newspaper, one of which is the cult activities in Ogun State, and also the follow-up on the scenario that happened at the commissioning of the SAHEED campus of 𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗏 University of Technology, the insistence of the former president on the monarchs to stand up, or the stand-up order that he met out on the monarchs. So let's take this one after the other. The first is going to be the cult activities going on in Ogun State, and also the damning consequences that have followed their activities. So the report told us that about 8 were killed in Ogun community cult clash, although eyewitnesses are saying at least 20 people died, most of which were innocent bystanders or victims of the unfortunate incidents. So we want to use that as a portal of some sort to talk about cultism generally in Nigeria, not just in Ogun State. So how effectively do you think we can tackle the menace of cultism in society? These are the questions that we're asking you. What should be the role of our politicians on the issue, especially because many would say that these cultists have been emboldened because allegedly they are affiliated with certain political stakeholders in the country. Is this an idea that you believe is true, or do you think, or do you have a different opinion? Also, what about the role of parents and community leaders on the issue of cultism? Again, we're asking you a question regarding the cult incident that happened in Ogun State. How can we effectively tackle this menace? What should be the role of politicians on the issue? And also, what role should parents and community leaders play in order to solve the problem of cultism? Now, on the Obasanjo insistence on the stand-up order on the monarchs, especially following the wild criticism about how he treated the monarchs at that particular occasion. While he has spoken, even following the backlash, I said what I said. That is how I'm going to simplify his response to the backlash that has followed his actions. So we're asking you now on radio, what do you think about the former president's behavior to the Oyo monarchs? How best can we create respect and dignity for our traditional rulers? Those are the focus of the morning. We're going to hear from FUHAD first, and then I'll open the phone lines for you all to contribute. Good morning again, FUHAD. Let's hear your perspective.
Well, on the issue of cultism, I think it has to be a complete effort. Everybody has now get involved to tackle that menace. It's right, it's affecting everyone. Honestly, nobody is free or safe from the menace of cultism or gangsterism or hooliganism in our society. If you understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It used to be a school thing before. Now it's everywhere. And if you look at that report from Ogun State, there are innocent bystanders who also were caught in those crashes. Crossfire and all of that. So nobody is safe, really. Nobody is safe. And I think that we need to talk to our leaders, Yes, some of these guys are your political talks, use them for a manner of things. But again, this is the time to look at the bigger picture. We can't have a society where cultism reigns free. We can't have a society where hooliganism is widespread. And that's not the kind of society we want to build. You want some level of sanity in our society, and we're not getting it. That shouldn't even add to the problem of the people. You are struggling to feed yourself. You are struggling to take care of your family. At the same time, you go out there, you are afraid that somebody can gun you down, somebody can rob you, or something can happen to you because there's cultism everywhere. And we see these things. You know, in the past, cultism used to be something very secret. That's why they are called secret cults.
Secret cults, yeah.
So you don't see them. You know, you might say, oh, this, but now nobody hides anything. And that's a rot in the society. But again, as we speak with our politicians and leaders, it's also important that we also talk to parents too. A lot of parents have abandoned their roles on their children. Nobody cares again. We just chase after money. There's no mentorship again. There's no mentorship anywhere. When we were growing up, say, apart from your parents, there were also people who call people of influence in the society. And those people can correct and discipline you without your parents complaining. If you misbehave, and when they will deal with you, and your parents will come back and thank them. But we don't have that again. Even the so-called Эгboàdúgbòs are also court members.
Yeah, they would initiate the
child. They are even the ones that will encourage the young ones to go into cultism.
Yes.
So it's a complete breakdown of moral standards in our society. From the community, even the religious leaders are not even helping. Because what we now have is a situation where morality is not preached again, it's about prosperity. It's just about money. Everybody's running after money. And when we get the money, we can't sleep with our 2 eyes closed. Our kids have become drug addicts. They become cult members, and we are chasing after money. Leaving what we are supposed to focus on. It has to be a complete effort for us to tame this monster called cultism and _𝗏𝗏 in our society. And that's the only way we can address it. And then for Chief 𝗃𝗏𝗏 𝗦𝗃 again, I think, like I said before, Chief 𝗃𝗏𝗏 is who he is, and I think he will remain what he is. You know, I don't really want to talk too much about that. We already know who he is. Whatever he did at that time was a complete ridicule and desecration of our culture and tradition. I'm a Yoruba boy, and I find what he did in Oyo State completely nauseating. But again, it is what it is. But after saying that, we need to still talk to our traditional rulers too. They need to carry themselves with dignity. They need to carry themselves with respect. Respect begets respect. Is that not so, say?
Yes.
So when you don't respect yourself, people don't respect you. There's a first-class Oba in Yoruba land now. You see him in virtually all parties. Even if they are doing birthday of a 5-year-old, the Oba will go there. You know, these are Obas that you don't see. You are not supposed to see them. I remember my grandfather used to say that in Lagos Island then, for you to even see the Oba of Lagos, it's almost like a festival. To see him appear to people in public. And other people have said it too. The old Ooni of Ife, they are laughing for years. For you to see them in public space, it's a big thing. I remember one of my lecturers who taught me African traditional religion telling me that, look, in the past, Obas don't come out anyhow. When they are going to come out, it has to be a big occasion. But here now, they are everywhere and anywhere. So they are going to disrespect them. All this issue about public protocol and all that, look, if they say protocol says you must respect the governor, so it's about standing up. Respect is about standing up because the governor has wanted to do an event. Is that how to respect the governor?
Right. And
then if there was problem with protocol, what 𝗃𝗏𝗏 did, was that the best way to show it is pleasure to the Obas? Stand up, sit down. I think he's talking to school children. Said if I was in that place, I would not stand up, and nothing will happen.
FUHAD, thank you so very much for your analysis. It's time for us to take public opinion right now. You could definitely call us at 0913-6000-410. The number 0913-6000-410. If you want to reach us via text message or WhatsApp messages, you can do so via the number 0913-6000-430. That is 0913-6000-430. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We always stream the show, so please, if you joined us for Trends in the Papers, you can as well join us for Mainland Focus. We're streaming live. Please go to Facebook or YouTube, Mainland 98.3 FM. Now, you get to enjoy the privilege of the live chat option, which means that you can drop your submissions, you can type in your message, and I will be sure to read those messages live on air. As always, you have 2 minutes for your contribution. Since we have 2 stories for this morning, I would advise that you spend 1 minute on each story so that you can get your submission out there without being caught off mid-submission. Let's take our first phone call for this morning. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sage. Good morning, FUHAD.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Walter from Sulere.
Welcome, Walter.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah. I can say this war against cultism, it has always been in your program for a while now. This is not the first time. Now it's getting intensive. the last time we spoke on these cultism issues, and he mentioned that the only president that waged war against cultism was Obasanjo himself, General Obasanjo himself, when he came in. So after the crisis in 𝗵𝗃 there, I was in 𝗵𝗃 that period, OAU, where cult boys were really came and looking for the what do you call them, Sugar Union authorities, but they weren't able to get one of them. But innocent bystanders, there were 4 medical students that were gone down on that same hostel where the Sugar Union boy was residing. That's not the basic truth. We have to engage war, this culture. It is everywhere right now. It has left the university campus, as far as said. It has left there. It is now on the streets. And most of these current musicians now, popular musicians now, there's a viral video going around now saying most of them are sponsors of this cultists. That's the truth. And the state DSS have a lot to do. They need to infiltrate this cultists with their hideouts and so on. We need to channel the oppression of the DSS. This is their job.
Thank you.
DSS, the police, they have a lot to do.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for calling, Mr. Walter. Yes. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, morning to you.
Good morning, my name is Damilola.
Okay, Damilola, good morning.
Good morning. Now, I want to speak on the cultism in 𝗪𝗵𝗃.
Okay, please go on.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that this is happening. And I think the second activism to generate income should be 𝗪𝗵𝗃. After that, considering the fact that 𝗪𝗵𝗃, like FUHAD, 𝗪𝗪𝗃, and several multinational affairs. Yeah. And then I wouldn't want to mention this, but this whole thing started in the time of around 2003, 2011 to date. And now it's becoming prevalent. But I can assure you, 𝗪𝗵𝗃 can stop this nonsense. I don't know whether FUHAD is very much.
Yes, he's with it.
Yeah, sometimes ago in 𝗪𝗵𝗃, since armed robbers was like a mob. And what did 𝗪𝗵𝗃 do, 𝗪𝗶𝗃, and all of them have to do? I think it's even 𝗪𝗵𝗃. They set up a vigilante. And then one lot, they were going to hit up their houses. They made mistakes. They were killing them in front of their father's houses. Those who wanted to resist. And those who would not, that they would embarrass them in their father's house. They take them to the station. And that whole thing stopped. Then suddenly cultism started. And I think with the help of you guys too, I think 𝗪𝗵𝗃, the new 𝗪𝗪𝗃 on board now to do similar things. See, police will come and help you. The politicians will help you because they are sponsored by these guys. Daniel and the present governor, he become 𝗵𝗃 𝗪𝗏𝗧. Yeah. The king himself, except he also has got the political right. He knows what to do. Set up vigilante, they know what is called. They know their own. They should catch all of them and give them public embarrassment with their various homes. I won't subscribe to jungle justice. Let them be tried and be jailed. I can assure you this nonsense will stop. Thank you.
Have a better day. Thank you so very much. Hello.
Morning to you, BABALOLA.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, Mr. FUHAD.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
What Obasanjo did in Oyo State, he does it to lesser Obas. If Oni was sick, Alaafin for your 𝗵𝗃𝗃 was sick. Can you say that to there? I feel forgotten. What happened to Alaafin and the body Thomas?
That's the whole story, Prince Wise.
When he said, stand up. What I'm talking about, Obasanjo committed taboo, not only on our Obas, against all the Yorubas. What are we talking about? 𝗪𝗃𝗃, 𝗃𝗃𝗁. What a mess. Obasanjo only love himself. You see the word this man, he was so for Almighty God. But look at that. If he failed to I think he said my wife that apologized, he does it on his own or our own. What are we talking about? When you make a mistake, if you correct yourself,
people will fail you. If he is failed to apologize to the Obas, indeed, all the Yoruba, even for community, is taboo against Yoruba culture. If he fails to apologize, this will go be changed on the eternity come. There's a lot of things in this country that's not palatable.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise.
Can I stop here? Is my time up?
Yes, so,
Yes, actually it is.
And finally, let me see.
Prince Wise, time is up, please. We can't make an exception for you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yes.
Yes. If you notice Obasanjo, he always played to the guy with words. You know, and he has this station of exhibiting some kind of grandstanding. And the dictatorial toga clothes as an ex-military man, he is still wearing it. To cut, sometimes it feels like, I will not say like an ugly. Yes. How can you listen to that video? Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You watch that video, you saw. How can an elderly man that is an ex-president and an ambassador that is 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗧𝗵𝗂 thereabouts? What kind of example is he laying? Is he giving us the younger one, or is he giving to the what kind of reputation is he giving the Yoruba race? Let us even assume that we know that the others they have sold that time for a pot of porridge, because you have nowadays some others that are not even better than the 𝗬𝗄𝗁𝗃 𝗪𝗵𝗁. You have them surrounding themselves with sweet boys, with hoodlums. Honestly, but that as it may be, if you expect Babalola to maintain some high sense of decorum, self-respect, dignity, even if you want to correct them, that's not the way to go about it. That's not the way to say it. This is the diplomatic about it, and this is a sense of responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your submission. Let's pause on phone calls for a little bit and take the contributions we have on Facebook. James 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂 says, good morning, Sage and FUHAD. The issue of cultism in our country has gone beyond the school level. Every nook and cranny of this country has been affected by this menace. Worst, there's still those initiated into this cultism in our country are being held at higher esteem today. It's quite unfortunate. Most of these cultists have link with politicians who would always protect them. James from Agbado Junction. Thank you very much, James. Prince 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗃𝗃 says, good morning. FUHAD is on point. There's an Oba who flaunts vanities on TikTok. Why won't OBJ ask them to stand up and sit down?
Oba is on TikTok.
It doesn't matter what.
It's
technology. It's technology. About Ogun State problems, the people have entered one chant. Nothing good may come up with this current governor. People should open their eyes before casting their vote. All right. Thank you, Prince 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗃𝗃. Let me take the messages we have on WhatsApp very briefly. Good morning, everyone in the house. What happened between Obasanjo and the Obas? If it was in the southwest, if it happened somewhere else, you would hear people saying they don't have respect for their elders there. Mayor from 𝗃𝗀𝗁𝗃. All right, thank you very much. Let me take this one very briefly. The spate at which cultism is growing in our society is really alarming. Oga FUHAD said secondary. He should know it has reached primary school. Our National Orientation Agency has a lot of work to do, coupled with the parents and school teachers. It's growing like bandits and Boko Haram in the north, and if it's not nipped in the bud, it will become worse. What exactly does cultists promise these gullible children? You would have respect, you will have power, you have money, and all the women in the world. And this has become enticing due to the harsh economic situation in the country. On the issues of the Obas, this has to do with how they have presented and have perceived themselves over time, with the exception of some Obas like Oba of Benin, Awujale, etc. The Western culture has really degraded our own. Thank you, Sean, for your message. Let's go back to taking phone calls, but please, you can still continue to drop your submission on Facebook, where we are streaming live. Mainland 98.3 FM. Go there, join us, and drop your submissions. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, sir.
How are you? Yeah, one of my friend, what?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, how are you?
Very fine, sir.
Yes, God bless you too.
Amen.
On this issues for focus today, the first one on the issue of
cultism.
cultism, yes. You see, the problem is that cultism, whether we like it or not, has been accepted unofficially as part of our political tradition, unfortunately. Because if you look at the profile of the cultists, those who are involved in cultism, they are the children of the elite. You cannot see children of, very rare you see children of the poor people getting involved in cultism. Most of them are the children of the rich. You know, I can remember vividly that 𝗪𝗵𝗁 𝗪𝗵𝗁, a former inspector general of police who was, I don't know how he was in leave of his position. He was very corrupt. His son stole 45 million in his wardrobe. You know, how did he get that kind of money? And what for that type of boy, what do you expect that he become? So I think that if we want to profile the people who participate in cultism, we'll find out that the children of the rich. So if we want to take care of issue of cultism, the people, the children, the parents of those cultists must be ready for the children to be prosecuted like every other person. Then on the issue of
that's it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that is on the issue of Ogun says something. Yes, I think that I don't support the stand of former President 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗁. We are not in a military dictatorship. You know, traditionally we have our traditional rulers have been they command a place of high respect in our society.
Thank you.
You know, everything about our culture has been bastardized.
Thank you so much.
The only thing left is our international institutions. So we must.
Thank you so much. Thank you. FUHAD, he said something about, those in cult groups are the children of the elite. I mean, I could understand if you say they sponsor these people.
Maybe finance their activities.
Would you agree that I don't know how
as
I feel about that.
It's widespread. The rich, the poor, the middle class,
those on the streets that are wielding weapons.
I
refuse to agree that they're children of the rich.
Maybe they have financial backing from children of the rich, but a lot of these cult guys are just children of nobody, really. The poor, the less privileged, Some of them, misled into thinking that there's a hope somewhere, when you join these groups.
That's sad, honestly. Let's take another phone call. Hello? Hello? Hello, you're alive. Okay, please call us back. We cannot hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, morning to you. Yes.
This is John Beckman from Osauri.
All right. I'm going to need you to turn down the volume on your radio. The feedback is making it difficult to hear you. Okay, please, when you call us, turn down the volume on your radio so we could have a seamless conversation. Yes, go ahead.
On the issue of cultism, it's a menace that is generating over the years. So it's a gradual thing. We all have various roles to play. From the home, from the government, and the real fathers of the community. So what we're saying is we need to really cut this from the home. It starts from the home. So just a long way before the government can take over from there. And issue of this loyal thing from the 𝗪𝗵𝗁. Are you with me?
Yes, we're with you.
So this incident has actually happened some time ago. I think it was that according to history in 1957, where the one of 𝗪𝗶𝗰, the youngest 𝗪𝗶𝗰 in the state then of 𝗪𝗶𝗰𝗶, the name 𝗪𝗵𝗁 back then was the youngest 𝗪𝗶𝗰 in the meeting it was really third 𝗪𝗶 then. That is he was actually stood his ground. He actually stood his ground when he was meeting the 𝗪𝗵𝗁 back then. And the other 𝗪𝗵𝗰 was seated. Why 𝗪𝗵𝗁 as a premier of the Western region then, not him, expecting all the other 𝗪𝗵𝗁 to stand up. They all stood up this particular Oba stood his ground, a chat. When wasn't a lot of questions him back then that why he refused, he quoted him. He said he, as Oba, he was taking his father's school, he was in his father's school, and he went to a phone. So up to this, everyone was saying that Oba up to now. And what Oba said, they were saying so wrong.
Thank you.
They told all the others to stay, to stand up.
Thank you so much.
That's very wrong.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Just calling from Nigeria.
Welcome.
Yeah. I want to greet you. The issue of cultism and even the second topic, we are all related. And I want to tie you to the judiciary. What does the Constitution say? Let me start from the issue of the order. Because we are in a democracy now, and we are doing it by Constitution. Let us leave sentiment apart. I want to tell you. We heard the excellence of a UK recently concerning some murder in public schools, even much more than what even 𝗪𝗵𝗁 did. Some of the people I was listening to one documentary this morning. Concerning the cultism, I want to tell you, cultism, if you look at it on a territory, you might not really get except to go down deep. Almost in every profession. Because people want to arrogate power to themselves. Before you get there, before you want to exist, before you want to get what is what, even in some early society, even some corporate organizations, maybe the enemies, they are the front riders. That is what I want the government to do. The people that are selfish, they are the ones that give crumbs to these people children that doesn't know their right from wrong, and maybe they have not used. When they trust themselves to them, they start wielding machetes and guns.
Thank you.
Go to schools. Those are the issues that we are having. It goes to pervert beyond ordinary.
Thank you very much.
Every place. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Hello.
Morning to you, Sage and FUHAD, engineering from Yaba.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning to you. Well, concerning 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗁, I don't see anything wrong in what he did. He said, in those instances, he said he has frustrated many times to Oba when he gets to your palace. And when you come to his house, you have to prostrate to him. Oba has dominion in his domain. And the protocol, when you get to your allocation, the governor gives a staff of office to an Oba. And if there is any fault against any Oba, it's secretary to the state, to the local government that will present that you write a letter to any Oba in that domain. That Oba is passed. The constitution must be followed. If we want to amend it, we amend it. Even the situation between Baba Akintola and my own grandfather, who is 𝗪𝗵𝗁𝗪 then, or 𝗪𝗵𝗁𝗪, you know the outcome of the court case. And that Baba was the fourth governor of the whole Nigeria, and he has not been compensated. It's an indictment on our rulers today that they cannot remember that. You know what happened to 𝗪𝗵𝗁𝗪 in the war, and even Sanusi just of recent. So, when you get to the occasion, an House of Reps member is higher than a minister. We have to follow the protocols. And Obasanjo is not ordinary person in Nigeria. He's not ordinary person in Africa or even the whole world. He's a special person. He has worked with Adesoji Aderemi. He has worked with other Obas or 𝗪𝗵𝗁𝗪, and they are not being treated equally. They take them to a special house to give them the power. They are above.
Sorry, Mr. Nee. Mr. Nee.
You have your time. You have your time.
That you don't you hear what I'm saying? Every day. That is how he put it. It's not saying every day. No,
Did you see?
There is difference in that what he says than just he's making a command. He says every day I'm advising you, and when he rose up, he said sit down.
All right, thank you.
misquote him and misunderstand what he's saying.
Thank you very
so
much.
So I don't want to say anything about cultism. Cultism.
Thank you very much, Ndiani.
Well, okay. Anyways, he addressed the question I was going to ask him, which was, yes, he was trying to establish protocol. You know, again, these are protocols that were given to us during the colonial era. You know, where our colonial masters started to establish political structures that were superior to our traditional rulers. That was where it all started. Even in Lagos here, you had our colonial master deposing obas, installing, and so they tamper with our culture and tradition and heritage. We have these things, but it doesn't mean we have to continue on that path where we now desecrate and relegate our culture and tradition. But again, the tone, you know, yes, he was trying to establish protocol. Ejoku, you know, that.
On Obas, I hope the king know better. And
it's a colonial. Get it.
Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM and leave your comments on there. Let me take 2 messages from WhatsApp. To be sincere with you, all level of our society, we work on Oga FUHAD, the throne paying their way all through to restore sanctity to our thrones. The interference of politicians in who becomes Oba must be addressed.
I agree.
Thank you, Joshua, for your submission. Hello. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sage, the wise one.
Good morning to you, Pastor Ambrose.
Good morning, FUHAD.
Good morning, sir.
We thank God we are all still alive.
We thank God.
You see, Obasanjo issue, some people just keep me. You know, I remember there was, you know, people just keep Obasanjo. We all know, like what said, we all know the tradition of this country.
Pastor Ambrose, it's very difficult to hear you.
Shift your position.
Tradition, which we respect that. You don't know. So all of these things is just, you know, because it is Obasanjo. I'm not saying to FUHAD, though. Some people, they will justify it in style of talk because it's always the people of drunk, they were drunk, as they were coming, they had an attitude. And I don't know, government should see whether federal state, they should engage this youth. A lot of them are.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Say it, I don't need to call now. You're making you come to my place in Igbo land. Let's start moving up and down, collecting food. Let's talk about food. You see, or just get them small signal to sit up. He's really helping them. They should sit up. One lady slapped one king, my neighboring community. My lady slapped king.
A king.
That's what they made themselves to look like. Well, are you going to blame people? Come on, please. They should sit up. This thing they're doing, there's no more. The tradition is going down. The king of my place is a pastor. All the whole tradition I have on my place, the man is just destroying the whole tradition.
That's another problem. That's another problem.
The man is destroying the whole tradition.
You see?
Tomorrow they started, so you should start. They started in last time. So why are you destroying that tradition? A king that's supposed to uphold the tradition is destroying it. My brother, no. Obasanjo is giving them sign. Take care, my brother. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
That's another thing, you know. You go there as a traditional ruler. You say you're a pastor, and then you begin to desecrate, you know, what's supposed to be the culture and tradition of the people.
Government has power. If there is constitutional change.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, morning to you.
Morning, Madam Ife.
It's up. Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
I support the Obasanjo. Maybe this crop of Obas, because I saw it on the TV 2 days ago. I think maybe they are new. Otherwise, in the normal sense of it, an ex-president, it's Obasanjo. I don't care what you will think of him. That man is so sharp. I'm telling you, he's a larger than life person. Come into a gathering, you didn't stand up. I mean, it makes sense now. The governor come, you didn't stand up. I think they made meeting before coming that we'll come back to Wale. Our people come back Wale and do this. It's not done. I support.
Say, good morning, sir.
I want the level of settle the matter amicably rather than disgracing them on the topic. It is happening. People have to do that. Maybe the second should start or something like that. So that like just be sincere with ourselves. What about the judge was wrong? There's nothing to justify. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your submission. Let me take one more phone call and then we round off with the messages we've gotten so far. Hello.
Hello, Babalola. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
You start now, sir. I'm very happy for you this morning. The way you are analyzing cultism. And let me ask for that. Do you know that we have them in our church? There was a lady I wanted to marry. She's a white material. So that was the word she used. Then I started. We dated. The day I went to the pastor's house to meet him, he called the wife, his own wife, to come up. And he now asked some questions. Briefly, the next thing he told me, Brother Peter, please, don't marry this girl because she's a cultist. And I said, in your church? And she's holding a position in your church? I said, the pastor, the day I call you, you told me that the girl is a white material. Why did you not tell me this? You know what the pastor told me? He said, how did I know that the girl was not there? That is a trap set for me. So what I'm trying to bring out is that even the pastors are afraid of them in their churches today. They don't want to speak against it. Parents, there's a woman that was saying more about her son. I said, Mama, you remember the time your son did something wrong when he was smaller and I beat the boy. And you warned me that I should not touch him again. Today he has grown me. He will go out in the evening and come back late at night. Where do you think he has gone to? So what am I saying in essence? 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗧, who will fight this thing for us? You say next to God is the government. The government is not ready. They are using them. They use stuff. They use Boko. Who will redeem us? And who will bear the cat? That's the question. Maybe next time we talk about what do we do to reduce if we cannot eradicate cultism in Nigeria. We are in our church, so God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. FUHAD, wouldn't you say that cultism is more or less like a ripple effect of, more structural issues that we have rather than a situation on its own?
Of course, a part of it is an idle mind is the devil's workshop. When you have a lot of youths who unemployed, there's nothing to do really. A lot of them just feel that, look, the best thing is to go into the trenches, join gangs, join groups that would give them some kind of leverage, and then, like you said, they promise them women, money, all manner of things, and so they think, okay, if I can't get it legitimately, if I join a group and somehow, and our politicians finance them, a lot of them finance them, so you see most of these cult guys doing nothing really, but they have a lot of money, they drive good cars. I used to know a governor that bought cars for cultists during the campaigns.
And they were even releasing phrase statements. There's something online. It's a different issue, it's an isolated issue, but there's a cult group that put out a press statement, and I'm like, I don't.
No, it's not a secret thing.
They say they're confraternity. So what's the difference? You're just using synonyms.
Like my grandfather told me, you can't reform the devil. The devil is the devil.
Yeah, using English to whine us. Say confraternity. What are you? Let me check the message.
But it's not anything secret again, really. They are on social media. No, they don't hide their faces again, and it's just the violence that comes with it, and that's the reason why it has become a problem.
Right. Facebook messages, we have Adeshina 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗀𝗪 saying the Obas should limit their social outing. Obasanjo knows well the confrontation between Body Thomas and 𝗪𝗵𝗁 𝗪𝗵𝗁 II. Olayemi Ebenezer also on Facebook says, good morning, Mainland FM. Concerning Obasanjo's treatment of Obas in Iseyin, the manner with which Obasanjo said it is so arrogant, is insulting and derogatory. Insult to the office of Obas in Yoruba land is an insult to the Yoruba race entirely. James Ogbona on Facebook says, Sage and FUHAD, I celebrate you essentially. Obasanjo, as a former #1 citizen of the country, should be accorded the national respect everywhere he goes. Mr. FUHAD, I want to ask, between a political leader and a traditional ruler, who is more superior? Should we say that former President Obasanjo is one of the subjects to his traditional ruler, or the obligation to bow to traditional rulers since he's no longer in power? I don't understand how these things work, because I thought that traditional stool is hereditary, but I see governors now installing traditional rulers and suspending them. Does it mean that tradition is subservient to political governance? James Ogbona from Oshodi is asking the question.
Again, we've modeled things up. Incidentally, the colonial masters that modeled up all of these things don't have the same in their own country. Look at the UK, for example. Look at the relationship between the Queen, the monarchy, and the politicians. You have the prime minister who has executive powers, and you have the monarchy.
No,
That's
you
where
would stand up if
the queen is
Charles, or you would
but here they came in, and what they did was to now impose the politicians on our traditional rulers, which does not exist in their own country.
I mean, no matter whatever,
whoever the prime minister
once the royal family is there, you will stand up.
So how did it become a different thing here? So it's deliberate, just to desecrate our culture and tradition.
𝗬𝗫cy from 𝗪𝗏𝗃 says, we all forget things easily. The ex-president might not take it that serious as we're taking it now. The former president commands the reason things are hard in today's time. We all forget 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗃 bowed down to greet the 𝗺𝗂𝗀𝗃 when the governor of Kano State displaced Sanusi Lamido. All right, thank you very much. Let me take this message here. 𝗬𝗏 and FUHAD, okay, you sent it multiple times. Good morning, crew. I'm 𝗬𝗏𝗁𝗀 from 𝗪𝗵𝗪𝗁𝗀. I blame the Obas for obeying his command. If any of them refused to obey him, we would have seen whether or not he would remove their
The heavens will not fall.
Are they his farm laborers? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your message. Unfortunately, that's about all the contributions I can take for the episode for today. Thank you so much for contributing. Thank you for those who joined us on Facebook. Thank you for streaming. And also thank you for your WhatsApp messages. I'm sorry I can't take your phone calls anymore, but the conversation definitely continues. I told you early today that we would not just be analyzing local situations, we would also be talking about events in the global scene. And after this break, we'll come back for a Global View, where we talk about international stories as it is. My name is Sage Babalola. Thank you, FUHAD, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
After this break, we'll be back for Global View at 9:45 a.m. Please stay tuned.